This is Hip Hop Motivation Radio.
Well, it's like TV/radio.
Yeah, TV/radio.
It makes good sense for us to just record it for radio so people can have an audio experience as well. And also have a visual.
Especially because people have been talking about the audio that we've been having here and there. All those complaints. We hear you, you know, but it's all good.
They complain when it's live, or they complain with the actual audio?
The audio. Like sometimes like the echo and because you got high ceilings, you know. So when you have high ceilings sometimes, you know, it gets a little crazy.
Not these particular ceilings.
they kinda high there, so you know, it gets a little crazy sometimes.
Wow.
You know. Nah, but man, how's the week been in business for you this week? As far as, you know, because I seen you went to you went downtown to check on some materials for the new clothes, like the leather.
Factory?
Yeah, the leather and stuff.
You know, again, you know, I had to architect my life where everything revolves around my daughter's schedule, but you know, and I'm really focused on movies as far as what I'm going to monetize, what I invested my money in. But I also still love fashion, and we developed a brand called Poppington. But I didn't want to do fashion in a way where I was exposed, holding a lot of inventory, you know, putting things in stores, and you know, my margin always getting eaten up by off-price and dead stock. You know, I just wanted to build a brand at my leisure, you know, and not compromise it, you know what I'm saying? But we have been building it, and I wanted everything to really be made in America, so I finally found all the factories to make all the things I want to make. So now I could start to do it, but I'm going to still do it, like, on my terms, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be on a calendar. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hold inventory. I'll probably cut to order because things are made in America. It'll be expensive, but it'll reflect in the quality and the price. You know what I'm saying?
So why? So you really don't like to be on the calendar for anyone?
No, the calendar will kill you, because if you off calendar, if things don't go correctly, and things barely ever don't go correctly, you usually end up losing a lot of money.
Right.
Because you have to be able to deliver. You know, and if you lose your real estate, then someone else has to get it, and then you end up having to sell things like cheaper. You know, and it
basically like what you say, like in Macy's and stuff, like off price.
Yeah, like 40% off, 30% off. Yeah. What I found in retail is everyone gets paid but me. And my margin is so small that unless you're doing a lot of it, it's really not significant enough to like buy anything.
Everybody gets paid but you.
Basically, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. When you have a direct-to-consumer relationship, you get full margin. And when people are ordering things where you can cut to order and you don't have to hold inventory, you know, you can sell things full price. There's no middleman that you have to pay. So you know, you get that. Nothing ever has to go off price. If things don't go right, they don't go right. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a fan that really loves what you're making, they don't mind waiting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a real fan doesn't really, you know, like I've waited like a year for certain suits, like, you know, to get like a Lord Piana suit, or something like that.
A year,
because you got to go through fittings and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
And sometimes, you know, your fittings it just happens
not off the rack stuff. Like
I'm not the kind
of people do.
I'm not so much of a buy now wear now kind of person, except for like Nike Airs or some white sneakers or a white T-shirt. But like suits and stuff, like I usually make them and just put them up for when I need them. You know what I'm saying? But I always want to have one on deck that's like cut. You know, I always want to have a suit that's cut to my shape. You know, tailored. You know, I don't really like wearing other people's brands.
Idea of their cut, like how they want their.
Well, it just one time I had a Ralph Lauren suit and I ran into Ralph Lauren and it like broke my heart. It affected me.
Why did it break you? Like what was wrong?
I was wearing another man's name on my body. Like, how can I be cool and I'm wearing his name? I was like, that would never ever.
And he saw it. He noticed. He was like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he noticed it, but I noticed it and it bothered me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's not gonna happen ever again. I'm always gonna make my own suit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't.
That's
you know
like wearing, like rocking FUBU back in the day. You see Damon Johns or one of the fellas.
No, that's like literally like having someone's name on your clothes.
But what about like
you're meeting them?
Everybody was wearing rocket wear, and then they see you like, dang, like
someone's name on your clothes. Like I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a pretty confident guy. You know, I don't really think anyone's better than me. I couldn't be cocky.
Look how that sounds. Though I can't rock it out because you see me in it. It's like it's done. It's like we can't.
Well, I'm wearing his name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather wear my own name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Damn. It's just I think like that. That's them boss thoughts. You know
that's boss
like,
thoughts. Yeah.
If you don't have boss thoughts, you probably don't worry about that.
Right.
Like that. But like a real boss is like, oh man, and now you see another boss in the room, and you got his name on you. He's the boss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's another man too.
Speaking of boss thoughts, like we were talking about, like recently, there's been a lot of talk. I noticed people are talking more about how not to get robbed by the record company, and what are some things to look for and to know that you're being robbed by a record company?
Right now, if they want your YouTube channel, they're trying to rob you. Like they kind of give you everything else. Nobody makes money from anything else but really your digital. So if they're trying to really capitalize on your digital, watch your digital.
Watch your digital.
Yeah, and then when they try to get your show money.
1, watch your digital.
Yeah, watch your show money.
2, watch your
merchandising money.
3,
watch your ability to have your likeness on other things and their control of it.
Okay.
Like when they start telling you what you can do or what you can't, you have to get clearance to be in something. You don't want to have to be subject to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So even if they, they come off like they make you feel as if they're protecting you, from
bottom
being
line is this, right? If someone's in your life and they're making you $10 million and they're robbing you, that means you could probably be making $100 million.
Interesting.
So 10 might feel good, but 100 feels a lot better, and you deserve it. Pause. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's really what happens. It's like giving like a boxer a Rolls Royce instead of paying him the $10 million that he made at his purse.
Yeah.
And them thinking that
I heard stories of like different people paying people like that through clothes, cars. That's like an age-old story.
It's the paper bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that
box of shirts.
If you're not used to having a lot, people usually take advantage of that. They make you think that a little is a lot just because you never had anything.
Right.
But usually, like if you think it's a lot and it feels like a lot, imagine how much everyone else is making. Everyone that's treating you so good, that's pushing you to make money for them.
Right.
There's definitely so many hustles, and if you're young and naive and you're with people that are taught to take advantage of you, that's what they're gonna do. So you just have to watch those things, and don't ever feel embarrassed about asking questions. Like if somebody ever makes you feel bad about asking about your career, then they're robbing you. Yeah. Like anyone that's doing right by you will welcome the question, because then you'll have more of an understanding of how right that person is doing by you, and you appreciate them more.
Exactly.
You want someone that cares about their career. So if someone's like, if you're questioning, it's like if somebody gets offended because you're going over your receipt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to pay you. I'm going to make sure but some people feel embarrassed about asking questions.
It's just like in a barbershop, you give someone 100 or you get 100 and you hold up to the light. People don't like that. They looking at you like, oh man, like you don't trust me. Right. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just, it's a lot of counterfeit stuff going on.
You might have a counterfeit dollar, you don't know it.
Exactly.
I don't want it.
So the main thing you're saying is just always remember, like, just stay away from all 360s. Anybody that's trying to eat off of everything you're doing, that's the worst.
Well, see, they'll justify it because if you don't have anything going on and they're like, well, we're going to invest in your brand and we deserve to eat off certain things. But if you could do it yourself, you might as well just do it yourself and not have to give those things up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You make more money that way. Like, you might look bigger.
It takes a lot of time. That's what a lot of people try to stay away from.
If you make $10 million and you have, 10 fingers or 10 hands that are getting in that, you end up with just like making $500,000. You might as well just make $2 million and walk away with all of it.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Like you said before, incubate yourself, build your fan base, build your following.
Yeah, you build your
brand.
Go off
and keep that digital coming consistently.
And stay cool. Like, don't compromise. Because, like, a rock star is a rock star because they don't listen to rules. They make their own. So once someone starts telling you what to do and people watch you listen, you're no longer a rock star in my eyes.
Right.
I've watched a lot of rock stars that I thought turned into pop stars and just start listening and doing it for the check.
Yeah.
And then that takes all the coolness away, at least for me. You know what I mean?
All right. So even with your artists, I noticed that you did a lot of, like, over the years, because just being around, I noticed that you were never filtered when it came to, like, explaining the business to them. For one, like, I used to see you talking to, like, different people over the years, and I just noticed that you always took that approach with explaining to people and breaking it down.
I'm gonna tell you what I would never do to an artist. If they were in a bad deal with their manager or a production deal, I wouldn't sign them. Like, I would never help another artist or another person rob an artist just because I'm going to make money from it.
Wow.
So this is what the big record company will do. They'll see an artist and know that he's in a fucked up deal. Know that they're probably he has his publishing take, he's in a production deal, he's giving up most of his cheese. But then they're still going to do the deal anyway because it doesn't affect their money.
Right.
But me, I would be the one that would be like, listen, it ain't affecting my money, but I'm not going to help you rob someone that I'm getting money with. I would never do that. You
become in cahoots with them.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah.
I can never just sit there and watch an artist get robbed. That's one thing I would never do. And a lot of managers hated me for that. I would never, you're not robbing an artist on my watch. You know what I'm saying? And just because karmically, and it's just not right to be saying I'm your friend and I'm watching you getting robbed, and I'm not saying I'm actually helping it. Yeah. I'm not going to empower someone robbing you. That makes me just as guilty. Right. But like, because the record company could step in and say, yo, your deal is fucked up with your management or your production team. Like, why are you signed to a production company? Why are you giving up half your publishing? Why are you giving up your merch? Because of what? Like that's not traditional. That's like there's the get robbed deal, you know, and then there's a good deal, a correct deal. And I'm not going to help an artist. Like there's a lot of artists I didn't sign because I didn't like their deal.
Wow.
That they had personally with their
management and their people.
Because I'm not doing a deal with the management. I'm doing a deal with the artist. I'm not here to make the manager money. I'm here to make money with the artist, to monetize art, what we create.
Yeah, it can be difficult when too many hands are involved in the same pot.
A lot of people, put it like this, a lot of looking the other way in the business. People know you getting robbed and don't say shit because they still making money off of it. Right. And I couldn't be a part of that. And also, like, you know, think about how many people gonna hate me if I'm messing up their hustle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that happened a lot too. That's when I was really an asshole, because I won't let my artists get robbed. And it'd be like artists that really have, you know, they like every artist can tell you a story that I've saved them from someone else robbing them. They can tell you these stories like that. I walked in and said, and I didn't have to do that. And instead of being friends with that person, and like they'll be like, yo, I'll give you some of the money I robbed them for. Keep that. Matter of fact, I'm not going to help.
Some of the money I robbed them for.
Yeah,
and I'll be like, and these are black people.
Oh, definitely. That's where it's crazy.
Christ.
And it's a lot of like, you know, executives that are out now. I'm not gonna say no names and all that. That, you know, have been successful in the business, but started out like, yo, like a lot of people, like a lot of managers' perspective is get what you can off the artist because they're gonna rob you anyway. Yeah, like that's what a manager's traditional attitude is. Like, just get what you can, get everything, get paid for your time. Because as soon as they fire you, you're not getting another dollar. They're gonna rob you. So it's like a manager will be like, I'm gonna get you before you get me. And that's definitely definitely the mentality of a lot when I was in the game. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't be in the business no more. I couldn't help rob innocent people.
Damn. Any questions on?
Your connection is off. So.
Oh man.
I know 6 people today.
So yeah, about 7.
Any questions over there?
Not so far. People telling you to check out their businesses.
No, a question that somebody sent me. Somebody hit me on ballinginfo@gmail.com about the Frezza, really the app that's on your phone. Where can they get that app? Oh, well, that's connected to you.
That's your Dexcom.
The Dexcom.
Yeah, all you gotta do is ask your doctor about it, and they'll prescribe it, and then you get your insurance to cover it. But that's when you can see your blood on your phone, your blood sugar on your phone. The Frezza is the inhaler, and it makes it really easy to control. So instead of having the needle, which is traditional, and that means sticking a needle in the same spot damn near every day, which also makes your skin keloid up. But instead of doing that, you're inhaling it, and it usually takes an hour and a half for the insulin to start working when it goes through the needle to your skin. But for Frezza, the inhaler, it starts to work in 15 minutes. So if my sugar's high, like 200, as soon as I give myself some Frezza, 15 minutes later, it's going down. Wow. With the needle, that would take an hour and a half, and you never really know when it's going to kick in. And it lingers in your body, the insulin. So if you don't have food in your body at the time the insulin's in your body, or it starts kicking in, then you get lows. With a Frezza, it's out your body in an hour, so you don't really get too many lows. So it works. You know what I mean? So I'm walking proof of that.
So that's something that you have to go through a doctor to get the.
It's like drugs. You gotta
I'm talking about as far as the.
That too. You gotta get to subscribe. Okay. Plus, you're gonna want to try to get it covered by your insurance.
It's pretty expensive.
It costs a couple of dollars. Okay. Like I would consider myself like a 1%er diabetic. Like I get the best of everything, every innovation, but I get next to it. Like I was up at the shareholders meetings for Frezza, just looking at how they make the pump, how they make the insulin, what exactly it is. You know, because it's on your lungs. You want to know why that shit is, you know, not why it's healthy. Yeah, like if something on your lung. But the thing is, it doesn't stick around on your lungs. Like tobacco stays on your lungs. That's why it turns into cancer. The Frezza's on your lungs and off your lungs. In an hour.
Well. So when you went to the facility, it was pretty like high tech. I mean, it's next level, of course, obviously.
Yeah, it was on some other shit for sure. I can show you some. We taped it. You'll see it on the Dash Diabetes Network. I'm gonna launch that around July. It's just gonna be programming and subject matter that's just focused on the lifestyle of being a diabetic, because I'm a diabetic type 1. You know, the food that come with it, the lifestyle, you know, everything, and then the questions that people ask. You know, a lot of answers, because I learn about diabetes like something new every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a disease. It's 24/7. It's a lifestyle. It's really gangster. A lot of people are ashamed of it, but I've always thought it was cool to have. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're getting dealt a card, and that life deals you, and you're just handling it well.
Good place to talk about that, man. It's like, you know, dealing with that.
I've done everything diabetic. Every situation you could been in. I've been in, you know, did music, the street, jail. You know what I'm saying? All around the world. You know what I'm saying? I've been diabetic since I'm 15. You know what I'm saying? I'm 46 now.
It's a heavy blessing to like starting just dealing with the hand you dealt. Just moving from there.
That's what you're supposed to, because somebody else's hand is always much worse.
Oh yeah.
And that's I don't ever compare my hand to the one that's doing better. If I'm gonna compare it, I'm gonna say, look, at least it ain't that.
Yeah.
And you can appreciate your problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like I've always learned to appreciate my problems because my problems are a lot of people's dreams.
Yeah.
A lot of people would love to owe, you know, the government millions of dollars because that means they've made millions of dollars.
Right.
It's not the worst problem to have.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, somebody asked me about the fact that you know, how did you deal with not slapping or beating up most people in the industry? Like when you had problems with people, like how did you handle that? There was some times where you had to probably get physical. You felt, you know.
I would make jokes.
Jokes.
I torture people with jokes. People aren't afraid of me physically. They're afraid of me mentally. No one likes to be laughed at, especially when they know what you're laughing at is true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really good at laughing.
Right.
I'm really good at making jokes. You know what I mean? And then also like
professional laugher.
Yeah. That's you know what I mean? Like I understand your frustration. So like where I'm from, you snap, we cut ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you actually get to a place of violence, you've lost.
Exactly.
So my job is to make you as mad as possible.
Like you lost your mind. Like you lost
so
your
if somebody could like for me it'd be like or back then I would find that I found this so disrespectful that I would just like either like laugh at you or try to like be loud so I can embarrass you. But you end up not feeling good about things after that. Like I don't want to like to punish someone. You should never punish yourself. That's why I never like beat my kids because I would never enjoy beating my kids. Yeah. That would be like it hurts me. Yeah. So I would do something to where I could laugh at them, like make them do exercise till they're tired, and then I wasn't affected, and I could be laughing, and I'm like, it ain't gonna hurt me. Just give me 30 push-ups, or give me jumping jacks. You know, Boogie's always been in really good shape behind that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never gonna to punish someone. I'm never gonna punish myself. That's just like an oxymoron to me. Yeah. That's why I don't like getting mad. Like somebody make me mad, like they do something that I feel is disrespectful. I'm mad because now I'm not happy. I'd rather be laughing than be angry. And now you just took me out of pocket where I'm now living your life instead of mine because you're miserable.
Now I'm living your life.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hate for people to make me. Yeah, that's why again I left that business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's too much of that. I'm out.
Yeah, it's too much of that. Like you find yourself arguing and fighting.
I'm not an arguer. Like I could argue good, but I don't enjoy it. I'd really rather be laughing. I'd really rather be joking around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's going on with the listing as well as
editing, handing in. You know, the challenge of handing something in deliverables. Post is like, you know, for all filmmakers out there, taping and filming is the easiest part. It's the editing and delivering it. That's hard. That's the genius.
Release forms and
just all of that.
Yeah.
All of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah. That's why it's best to get everything right as soon as you do it, huh?
I mean, you should know, if you're going to make a movie, know what it takes to hand the movie in so you get that shit done early.
Right.
Don't do it last. Do it like first. Like before I say action, I'm going to have a lot of the paperwork done first.
Nice.
I'm never going to do it before. But you learn. You live and you learn. Yeah. I'm about to make a lot of movies, though. Trust me. Like, I'm really getting good at it. So I'm getting confident. I enjoy it. So.
Yeah, like and then the camera game is changing so frequent. It's always changing. Like they got different cameras coming and going. So.
You know, there's cameras that make things easier, but it's all about the lens, it's about the glass, and the way it's lit, and then the way it's edited.
That sounds like dope or something. The lens, the glass, where it's lit.
Exactly, all that. Right. Everything is like dope. Yeah. If you put it and equate it to that.
Nice flip.
Everything is about the hustle.
Everything's hustle.
You know what I'm saying? And what I've learned is if I like to spend money, then I better enjoy making it. And I do like spending money. I'm not gonna lie.
Same here.
So I have to figure out ways to make it so I can spend it without compromising my quality of living. Yeah. But money is essential. But you just can't compromise to get it.
Oh yeah, money is just as important as oxygen. You know, you gotta have it. You know.
I mean, if you have an expectation of yourself, if there's certain things you don't feel like dealing with. Yeah. But again, that's why I always tell people like, don't dream small, dream big. If you dream about spending money, dream about spending a lot of money. Why a little?
Yeah.
You know.
It's because they living in that box.
There's no reason to have little dreams.
Yeah. Little dreams. It's little dreams.
Those are shorties.
Yeah.
Nobody got time for shorties.
Big dreams. Big dreams.
Big dreams
delivery.
turn into big realities.
Big delivery. Exactly. So you caught us again, Hip Hop Motivation Radio with Damon Dash of Kenyatta. We signing off. What's happening? It's the big homie Kenyatta. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And if you haven't already, hit the notification so you can get an alert each and every time our hip hop motivation videos come up. And also, thank you for your support. Peace and blessings. Listen, for mad years I walked around with my neck looking like a Nestle Crunch bar. I had to do something about it. What I found is that A razor bump is nothing but an ingrown hair that curls into the skin and causes the skin to become enlarged or inflamed, making it look like a bump. But it's not a pimple. It's a hair that grows into the skin causing inflammation. You have to remove that hair, and then you have to use yourself a nice skin astringent, something that can do the trick, something that can get rid of those razor bumps. So what did I create? Bump Assassin, organic skin astringent. To order your own bottle of Bump Assassin, go to hiphopmotivation.bigcartel.com.
When you writing a book, Dave?
I'm writing. I also have a book. You know, I have a book called Culture Vultures. Yeah,
what's it called?
It's called Culture Vultures. I did. Have you ever looked at the hip hop motivations that I do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, me and Kenyatta did a book, and it's already written. He wrote it. We done with it, and I'm also giving it out in different ways. So it's gonna be an auditory experience as well.
It's a series. The Fashion Game. Culture Vultures, the book. In business, Damon's a guy that's worn many hats.
Yo, you can either think of a master plan or get mastered by somebody else's plan. Check it. As a barber, one of the most important life lessons I learned is to never do anything without seeing the ending result first. Before I understood the value of seeing results, I used to waste a lot of time sometimes doing double work because I didn't have a vision of where I was going. Then I started taking consultations more serious by not even turning on my clippers until I had a clear understanding of the result my client was planning to see. And in turn, it became easier to achieve the style they wanted to see in half the time. Real talk, the most successful barbers and beauticians are the ones that see the ending results before they start any service. Write this down. Before making any moves, know where you're going. Deciding from thoughts of being sick and tired of something, starting something, or admiring something can be the emotions that fuel change. Because write this down. Emotion leads to passion, passion leads to action, and action leads to results. Word up. Question: what's the #1 killer of dreams? If you said fear, you're wrong. Fear is on the list, but it's not the #1 killer. The #1 killer of dreams is comfort. The comfort of a good paying job or in an active relationship can seduce us for many years into the rhythm of accepting things without making any moves to change, further numbing us into a state of zombie-like passiveness. Write this down. Passiveness will cause your dreams to pass you by.
Dash thing. Nah, I don't want to chill out, bro. You know what I want to do? Believe in yourself. Build your own personal wealth. Then that becomes personal health. I think I'm rhyming. How about that?
Everything go down here. Just gotta, know what I mean, be a little smart.
I see you grooving right now, dude.
I was in my groove.
Yeah.
I started daydreaming. I started thinking about something.
I'm a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to spend all kinds of money. Like the dollar, like the euro, like the pound, like the franc pause, like the yen.